Well, I think it's time for a Mercedes update. And the update we're going to do is on the shaky idle, or just vibration in general. So let's talk about that. So here we are, sitting, idling, no vibration whatsoever. We've got a little bit of a shake to it. That's just the engine rocking a little bit, which to me is normal. But before, the steering wheel itself was vibrating like crazy. Now, let's turn the AC on. And we'll put it in gear. That's where it really vibrated before, and still nothing. So let's talk about what we did to fix this. So in one of the last videos you saw, when I replaced the oil line, I replaced the engine mounts, and I put two good used ones in it because the aftermarket ones I had replaced had completely collapsed, and that was the source of my vibration. Those new engine mounts had collapsed and were causing the vibration. The engine itself was sitting on the unibody, and just shaking the whole thing like crazy. So that was our issue. Now if we back up, I still had a vibration in this car after I replaced the engine mounts initially, a year and a half ago. And, I put those cheap ones in it. And I think two factors played into why I still had a vibration there. One, they were cheap engine mounts and probably had mostly collapsed. And two, I think the injectors, my injectors were not good. So if you've got a shaky idle, the injectors weren't balanced, and I think it was causing the engine itself to run a little shaky, because it definitely runs smoother after I had my injectors rebuilt with new nozzles, and pressure pop tested and balanced, all that kind of stuff. So if you've got a shaky idle, a vibration, now the engine, like I said, the engine itself, it's got a little bit of a rock to it. And when I say a rock, when you look at the engine, it's doing this just a little bit. And to me, that's normal. I mean, they're going to have a little bit of that. And, maybe somebody's got one that's perfectly smooth, but most of the ones I've seen, they've got a little bit of that to it. It's just how they are. And maybe if my engine shocks were better, maybe some of that wouldn't be there. But you're going to have a little bit of that. But you should be able to grab the steering wheel and it not, vibrate. And that's what we've got now. So if you've got that, check your engine mounts. That seems to be the culprit. At least that's what mine was, even though I had replaced them. So if you've got good engine mounts, check them again. And then start looking at some of the other things. And I did a video of all the things I did to this car. I'll put a link right here. Look up. Of all the things I did to this car. And so I think injectors and engine mounts are really the two things to focus on to get a smooth idle out of one of these cars. But that video covers everything that I did. And so if you've already done those two things, check out that video, and it'll list, a few other things that you can try. The rack damper bolt is another one that I would put third in the list, I guess. And you probably should do a compression test as well, just to see what kind of shape your engine is. I mean, that's just good to know, even if it's not the culprit. But check your engine mounts, check the trans mount, To me, the engine shocks are probably not really going to affect like a shake or like a vibration. They might affect the shake a little bit, but they're not going to, if your engine shocks are bad, it's not going to cause a vibration. So anyway, that's it. Just a quick update. Wanted to fill y'all in. I needed to make this video a long time ago, and I just haven't. So sorry for the late getting this out. You know, some people have been asking about the vibration, if I fixed it. Yes, it's fixed. I've just been driving this thing. I've put almost 5,000 miles on it since I blew the oil cooler line. It's doing great. No issues with it. Engine runs great. I've just been driving it every day, 70 miles a day. It's my daily driver. Thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below, hit the like button, and subscribe for more.